Today, we're diving into an incredibly powerful tool for improving your English language skills: reading English books.
Hi to all our listeners. Whether you're just starting your English learning journey or looking to advance your skills, reading English books can be a game changer. In today's episode, we'll explore how different types of books can impact your vocabulary, comprehension, and even your speaking skills. We'll also share some tips on how to get the most out of your reading experience.
Absolutely, reading is one of the best ways to immerse yourself in the language, and it's something you can do at your own pace. So, whether you're a fan of fiction, non-fiction, or even graphic novels, there's something in this episode for you.
Let's get started and explore the many benefits of reading English books.
Reading in English is like opening a door to a whole new world. Not only do you learn new words and phrases, but you also get to see how the language is used in different contexts. It's one thing to memorize vocabulary, but it's another to see it in action within a story.
Exactly, Olivia. When you read, you're not just learning isolated words. You're learning how those words fit together to create meaning. This helps you understand the nuances of the language, like idiomatic expressions and cultural references, which can be difficult to grasp through traditional study methods.
And let's not forget about grammar. Reading allows you to see correct grammar in use, helping you internalize the rules of the language without having to think about them too much. It's a natural way to improve your understanding of English structure.
Plus, reading can improve your writing skills. The more you read, the more you start to notice how sentences are structured, how ideas are organized, and how arguments are presented. This can directly influence your own writing style, making it more sophisticated and nuanced.
One of the keys to successful reading in English is choosing the right books for your level. If the book is too difficult, it can be discouraging. But if it's too easy, you might not be challenging yourself enough.
That's true. Start with something that's just a bit above your current level. This way, you'll be exposed to new vocabulary and sentence structures without feeling overwhelmed. Graded readers are a great option for beginners because they are specifically designed to match different proficiency levels.
And don't be afraid to try different genres. If you enjoy what you're reading, you're more likely to stick with it. Whether it's mystery, romance, science fiction, or even biographies, find something that interests you.
Also, consider starting with books that have been translated into English from your native language. Since you're already familiar with the story, it can be easier to follow along and understand the English version.
One of the biggest benefits of reading is the opportunity to expand your vocabulary. When you come across a new word in a book, you get to see it in context, which helps you understand its meaning and how it's used.
And that's not all. Seeing a word multiple times in different contexts reinforces your memory of it. You're more likely to remember a word you've seen in a sentence than one you've just memorized from a list.
Exactly, and don't worry if you don't understand every word at first. Often, you can guess the meaning of a word based on the context, which is a valuable skill in itself. You can always look up words later if you're still unsure.
A good tip is to keep a vocabulary journal. When you come across a new word, write it down along with the sentence it was used in. Later, you can review these words and try to use them in your own sentences.
Reading also helps improve your comprehension skills. As you read more, you get better at understanding not just the words on the page, but also the deeper meanings behind them.
That's right. Reading forces you to pay attention to details, follow the flow of the text, and connect ideas. These are all important skills that translate into better listening and speaking abilities as well.
And as you improve your comprehension, you'll find that you're able to enjoy more complex and challenging books. This will further boost your confidence and motivate you to keep learning.
Remember, comprehension is about more than just understanding the plot. It's also about recognizing the author's tone, the emotions of the characters, and the underlying themes of the story. All of this enriches your language learning experience.
Another great way to use reading to improve your English is by reading aloud. This practice helps you work on your pronunciation and intonation.
It's also a great way to build your confidence in speaking. When you read aloud, you're essentially practicing speaking in a low-pressure environment. You can focus on getting the sounds right without worrying about making mistakes in front of others.
And don't be afraid to mimic the voices in your head as you read. If a character is angry, try reading their lines with an angry tone. If they're happy, let that reflect in your voice. This helps you practice expressing emotions in English.
Plus, reading aloud can help you identify words that you're not familiar with, which you can then look up and practice. Over time, you'll find that your pronunciation becomes more natural and fluent.
Building a regular reading habit is key to reaping the benefits of reading in English. Try to set aside time each day to read, even if it's just for a few minutes.
Consistency is crucial. The more you read, the more you'll improve. And the great thing about reading is that you can do it anywhere on the bus, during a break at work, or before bed.
You can also try setting goals for yourself, like reading a certain number of pages each day or finishing a book by the end of the month. These small goals can keep you motivated and give you a sense of accomplishment.
And don't forget to mix it up. Read different types of books, both fiction and nonfiction, to expose yourself to a variety of writing styles and topics. This will keep your reading experience fresh and exciting.
Exploring different genres is a fantastic way to broaden your language skills. Each genre has its own style, vocabulary, and themes, which can greatly enrich your understanding of English.
For example, reading mystery novels can introduce you to suspenseful language and plot twists, while reading science fiction can expose you to technical vocabulary and futuristic concepts.
And don't overlook non-fiction, biographies, self-help books, and historical accounts can give you a wealth of information while also improving your language skills.
By reading a variety of genres, you'll not only expand your vocabulary but also gain a deeper appreciation for the versatility of the English language. Plus, it keeps your reading journey interesting and diverse.
Reading English literature also plays a significant role in understanding the culture behind the language. Books often reflect the values, beliefs, and customs of the society they're set in.
That's a great point, Olivia. By reading novels, especially those considered classics, you get a glimpse into different time periods and cultural contexts. This can help you understand not just the language, but also the people who speak it.
And this cultural insight can be incredibly valuable, especially if you're planning to travel to or live in an English-speaking country. It gives you a better understanding of the social norms and expectations.
So, in addition to improving your language skills, reading English books can also help you connect more deeply with the culture. It's a win-win.
One of the most direct benefits of reading is the impact it has on your writing skills. The more you read, the more you absorb different writing styles, sentence structures, and vocabulary.
Absolutely. When you see how authors craft their sentences and organize their thoughts, you start to emulate those techniques in your own writing. It's like having a built-in writing coach.
And the best part is that it's all subconscious. You're not sitting down with a textbook and learning rules. You're picking up on these things naturally as you read.
So, if you're looking to improve your writing in English, make sure you're also spending plenty of time reading. It's one of the most effective ways to enhance your writing ability.
With the rise of technology, ebooks and audiobooks have become excellent resources for language learners. They offer flexibility and convenience that traditional books might not.
That's right. Ebooks allow you to carry a whole library with you wherever you go, and many of them come with built-in dictionaries. This means you can quickly look up words as you read without interrupting your flow.
And audiobooks are fantastic for improving your listening skills. You get to hear the correct pronunciation of words and the natural rhythm of English speech, which can greatly enhance your understanding of the language.
Plus, you can listen to audiobooks while doing other tasks like commuting or exercising, which makes it easy to fit language learning into your busy schedule.
Discussing the books you read with others can significantly enhance your understanding and enjoyment of the material. It's a great way to share perspectives and gain new insights.
Whether it's with a friend, a language exchange partner, or an online book club, discussing what you've read helps reinforce the material. It also gives you the opportunity to practice speaking about complex ideas in English.
And sometimes, hearing someone else's interpretation of a book can open your eyes to aspects of the story you might have missed. It's a wonderful way to deepen your connection with the text.
So don't hesitate to talk about what you're reading. It's a great way to engage with the language and make your reading experience even more enriching.
Of course, reading in a second language can be challenging, especially if the book is difficult or contains unfamiliar vocabulary. But these challenges can also be opportunities for growth.
That's true. If you find yourself struggling with a book, try breaking it down into smaller sections and reading at your own pace. Don't be afraid to reread passages until they make sense.
And remember, it's okay to use a dictionary or translator when you're stuck. The goal is to understand and learn, so don't worry if you need a little help along the way.
Also, consider setting aside challenging books for later if they're too difficult right now. There's no shame in starting with something easier and gradually working your way up.
Consistency is key when it comes to improving your English through reading. Try to make reading a daily habit, even if it's just for a few minutes each day.
That's right. Regular reading not only improves your language skills, but also helps you develop a deeper love for the language. The more you read, the more comfortable and confident you'll become.
And remember, it's not just about the quantity of books you read, but the quality of your engagement with them. Take your time, savor the words, and really immerse yourself in the language.
So, whether you're reading a few pages before bed or devouring a whole book on the weekend, keep at it. Your efforts will definitely pay off in the long run.
One of the best things you can do for your language learning journey is to cultivate a love of reading. When you enjoy what you're doing, it doesn't feel like work, it feels like a rewarding and enriching experience.
That's so true. Find books that excite you, challenge you, and inspire you. Whether it's a gripping thriller, a thought-provoking nonfiction book, or a heartwarming romance, there's a whole world of English literature out there waiting to be explored.
And don't be afraid to experiment with different genres and authors. The more you read, the more you'll discover what you love, and that passion will drive your learning forward.
So go ahead, dive into a good book, and let your love of reading lead the way in your English language journey.
As we wrap up today's episode, I hope we've inspired you to pick up an English book and start reading. The long-term benefits are immense, from expanding your vocabulary to improving your comprehension, writing, and even speaking skills.
Absolutely, reading is one of the most enjoyable and effective ways to learn a language. It opens up new worlds, introduces you to different perspectives, and deepens your understanding of English in ways that traditional study methods just can't match.
So whether you're just starting out or looking to take your English to the next level, make reading a central part of your learning journey. You'll be amazed at how much you can learn and grow through the simple act of reading.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope you've found this episode helpful and inspiring. Until next time, happy reading.